A very good morning, children. So again, we are back with the new video. That is the in the last video, as we had completed with a little bit of part of the lesson number 1. That is the plants, the producers. In the last class, we had seen the parts of the plant, and then the who is the kitchen of the plant, that is the leaf, then the parts of the leaves. So it's just a small recap, and then we'll just proceed with the next topic. So in the last class, as we saw the parts of the plant, parts of the plants also, and even the leaves also. Now once more I will just give you a small recap. So this is the midrib, the main vein, the side veins. These are the side veins, the small veins which are being visible. See here, you can see clearly. This is the main vein. This is the midrib. These are the side veins which you can see. And then this is the leaf stalk. The broad part which you can see is called as lamina. And this is the leaf apex, the tip. Now, these are the this is what we learned in the last class. Then I told you one more thing. That is the green plant, about the green plant. What are these green plant? Okay, the word the green plant is used to refer to the plants that contain chlorophyll, means this green color plants. Okay, in the last video I had shown you a leaf which was half red and half green in color. That time I have told you that chlorophyll is present in each and every plant, but the quantity is less or more. So in this plant, the chlorophyll is more. The quantity of the chlorophyll is more. So this is called as green plant, which prepare their food on their own. So these plants prepare their food on their own. That is the green plant. Now, what you can do is, now we will see a small activity to show you how plants breathe. Okay. So now what if you observe this through the magnifying lens, okay. Actually, if you would be here, I would show. We have in our lab, we have the magnifying glasses, okay, lenses. So from through which you can see what is inside this leaf, okay. So now it is not possible, but I will definitely show you when you will be here. So there are tiny holes on these leaves, okay. Those are called as stomata. Okay, now what are these stomata? You know how we breathe? We breathe through our nose, isn't it? We take in and we exhale. Inhale and exhale. The same way, even these leaves also breathe. Now, they breathe through this stomata. Now, so they are holes which allow the air to enter the leaves. Okay, so to see this without the magnifying glass, or we have to know how the plants breathe, what you can do is you can take this leaf, okay, any leaf, okay, any leaf, and what you need to do is take a bowl, or I have just taken a glass over here. What you need to do is you would need to submerge this leaf into the water, okay, like this. Submerge it and just leave this glass for some hours, okay. After sometimes what you need, what you see, you see small bubbles, like kind of on that leaf. What is that? That is the evidence that it is giving that the plants, the stomata, what is there in the plant leaf, on the leaf, okay. The stomata, what is present on the leaf, it is breathing. So this activity you can do it at home also. What you can do is you can take a bowl and submerge that leaf completely into the water. So that's a small bubble like things you can see. That is through stomata, it is breathing. Okay. Now what you can do is you can take different types of plants, leaves. You can take leaves, so that you will see different types of the in some leaves have darker kind of the veins and all, and they are different in shapes, they are different in colors also. So that also we will come across when we are doing the next topics and all. So this is what the small activity you can do at home. And you know, we can understand a plant by the leaves. If I show you a tulsi leaf, as I show you the leaf of the tulsi, you will recognize the plant, that is, this is the leaf of a tulsi. Okay, so same way there are many things. What you can do is you can just go out in the garden and just see that you take different leaves and just check it out. It is fun to see the different types of shapes of the leaves and all. Now the main important thing of this today's topic is preparation of food in the plants. Now, in the last video, I'd asked you who prepares food in your house. Like you said, means you must have said it when you were watching the video. Your mother, your grandmother, or your elderly person, whoever is at home, isn't it? So, as they are preparing any dish, like one example is poha. Okay. For poha, what ingredients do you need? Like poha, and then then the onion, then green chilies, coriander, the oil, then mustard seed, isn't it? So these are some of the ingredients which you need to make poha. The same way, even the plants need some ingredients, okay, to prepare their food. Now, what are these ingredients? We will just see. So, as everybody knows, the leaf is the kitchen of the plant. So for this, I will just show you one video, okay? And then you can just see this.
In this module, you will learn about the process of preparation of food in the leaves of plants. Seems like Sid is waiting for lunch while his mom is cooking his favorite dish. Let's go and see what Sid's mother is cooking. You can see that cooking a dish requires so many different ingredients. In the same way, leaves that are the food factory or the kitchen of a plant need different ingredients for making its food. These ingredients include water from the soil, carbon dioxide from the air, and sunlight. Water from the soil is absorbed by the roots of the plant. From roots, water travels through the stem to the petiole and then to the leaves. The water is distributed to the entire surface of leaves by the veins. To take carbon dioxide from air, there are stomata. Stomata are the minute openings present on the lower surface of the leaves. Through stomata, carbon dioxide moves inside the leaves. The third ingredient, that is sunlight, is trapped by chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a special substance present on the upper surface of leaves. Once all the ingredients are present, leaves use the energy from sunlight and change water and carbon dioxide to food and oxygen. The oxygen so formed is then released in the air through the stomata. The process of preparing food by plants from carbon dioxide and water using sunlight is called photosynthesis. The term photosynthesis comes from two words, photo meaning light and synthesis meaning putting together. Let's recap. Leaves need.
Okay, children. So this was more clear, isn't it? If I would have told you, it would not be so clear as you have seen in the video. So you understood what is photosynthesis? Photo means just now you saw in the video. Photo means light, and synthesis means put them together. So what these plants do, in the presence of the sunlight, they take in the carbon dioxide and they observe the water from the soil, and then it has been transferred to the leaves, and then the leaves prepare the food. So this was clear to everybody. Now we saw the video also. Now, as these plants have prepared their food, now I'll give you one more example. In the houses also we prepare food, isn't it? We prepare food. But if I want to prepare food for two people, okay, but by mistake sometimes what happens, it becomes excess. Like if I prepare food for two people, in that 3 or 4 people can eat. The same way, the food which is prepared by the plants also, how much it is essential for the plants it takes, and the food, the rest of the food is being stored into the other parts of the plant. Now the plants use the food to grow and live. Okay, they store some of the food to produce them for the future use. Okay, so this extra food is being stored into the different parts of the plant, such as leaves, then roots, stems, fruits, seeds. Okay, the food in the plants is being stored in the form of the starch. Now this starch, what we eat, means starch is also starch, like means the extra food which is after how much the requirement of the plant, and afterwards how much is been remaining, that is being stored into different types of the different parts of the plant, like I told you, stem and all, and that what we eat. Now you must have you must be thinking that ma'am, you're telling about roots. Some of the plants store their food into the roots. Now what are the roots which we eat? That is the carrot, radish, turnip. Turnip is a root. Radish is a root. Then the carrot is also a root which we eat. So these plants, what they do, the extra food after using is being stored into this, and that's what we eat. Then these stems, as I told you, some of the plants keep their food, store their food in the stems. Now what are these stems? Like sugarcane, potato, these are also the stems which we eat. Then some of the in the leaves, that is the leafy vegetables, like fenugreek, then spinach, cabbage, these all. Fruits, you must be knowing all the fruits like mango, apple, papaya, chiku, and then custard apple, banana. These all are the fruits which we eat. Then the seeds, I spoke about these seeds like peas, then these all the pulses, and these all things which we eat like corn and all, these are all the seeds and grains which they store. So these are the storage of the excess food which the plant stores into different types of different part of the plant, and what we eat. So for today, today we learned the food storage in the plant, preparation of the food in the plant, and the stomata. What is stomata? Isn't it? In the next class, we will be learning why all means are all leaves green, then giving and taking, okay, between the plants and the animals. So in the next class, I will meet you. Till there, thank you and have a nice day.